Hello everyone and good morning. Thank you for joining us here for the start of this 2.5 hour Lamborghini challenge round Donington Park. We're here nice and early at 5 o'clock in the morning for the race start. We have two classes of car, the Lamborghini GT3 Hurricane and the Super Trofeo Hurricane. They will be battling on track at the same time as the sun comes up, presenting multiple challenges for the drivers. So let's run through the grid. In P1 we have Nez, who set up a blinding qualifying time. In P2 we'll have DB King. Third place on the second row we'll have Danardi F1 in the number 20 and Chicken Paxo in the number 95 car. Chris V-Dub representing Wales in the number 24 car. And we'll have AMR Vantage behind them. 7th place will be Davidson alongside Goggs. And P9 we're going to have Bannerman and is it Anun there in the number 64 car. Row 6 has Rusty GT and the Vortex. Row 7 Mr. Johnny Waffle and Groot alongside each other. We have the Trofeo also representing Wales of JWE Banff, and we have Not alongside them in P16, Marge in P17, Mr. Pants in P18, the Yorkshire Micker, it's a fantastic name, in P19, and the back row of the grid is populated by Vincente and Baldine Wingnut. So without further ado, let's get this race underway. Now we're here now for the start of the formation lap. All the drivers have taken their position on the grid as they just begin their start-up procedures. We can see all the cars here in very distinctive liveries. It's very easy to notice which cars are teammates. And Nez gets us underway for the formation lap. Hand of Nez in the number 27 in pole position, as we wait for the other cars just to join them. Now let's have a look at this Donington circuit. It is pitch black just now. The track temperature is cold, it's 19 degrees centigrade, air temperature 19 degrees centigrade. That is a challenge that these drivers are going to have to contend with as we carry on throughout this race. The sun is going to come up, it's going to raise the track temperature, it's going to put more pressure on these tyres. It's going to maybe force some pit stops. We're going to have sun in the eyes. We're going to have to manage our fuel loads. We don't know what strategies all these cars are going to be running. Are they going to be one stopping? Will they be two stopping, three stopping? All of that is an option here this morning. So I would not want to miss what's going to happen next. So let's quickly have a little run through the field. Let's give the drivers all a little bit of screen time. There we go, so now we have the pole sitter Nez in P1. They'll be starting the race, hoping to get a good clean start. DB Kung in P2, and we have Chicken Paxo in the green and white livery. P4 we're going to have Danardi. P5 Chris V-Dub representing Wales. Vantage in the purple and yellow T1 SR liveried car. Jack Davidson also representing T1 SR and Goggs as well. We have Bannerman in the 19 car and behind them. And then just warming the tyres up. You see the drivers already thinking about tyre temperature. Rusty and the Vortex getting, looked like out of shape there. Mr. Waffle, Groot. We have Not in 15th in the pink car there. Banff, Marge, Mr. Pants in the orange and black, Yorkshire Micker, Vincente, and then pulling up the rear in the pit stop we still have Balding Wingnut. So we're now just gearing up here now. We've got one corner left before the start, and then we'll get to see the green light, and the drivers will be competing with each other within inches as they come round turn 1, then down the hill towards the castle area. And they begin to join the starting straight now. We can feel the adrenaline rising and the butterflies in the stomach. Let's hope they can all settle by the time they need to put the foot on the brake pedal. And we are nearly ready, and we have the green light. We are good. The green flag is gone, and Nez is up into P1. Has a clean start. Fantastic from them. P2, DB King getting through the corner as well. We have a car running wide there. It looks like it got a little bit out of shape. We'll come back and have a look to see what's happened there. Yes, there's been an accident back there. We'll double check all that. And we have Danardi is up into P2 now. With DB Kung into P3. And very close from Chris Vidub, nearly touching the back there. As they come up the hill into turn 7. Not normally a place you'd expect to see overtaking. The number 24 car really putting the pressure on. We have Davidson there, who seems to have got through that turn 1 unscathed with the Vortex behind them. A great start from Banff, up from P20. And the car's now coming round this very challenging turn 8. Yorkshire Micker in the Trofeo just in front of Goggs now. Vantage just in behind them. We've got a couple of spinners. A couple of cars that went off there. And they'll need to be careful rejoining the track. Flamister Pants, and we had Marge off there. Groot. It looks like the pit lane starter has not started. Nez, fantastic start. Round the whole first lap in P1. Textbook stuff. Danardi P2. DB Kung in P3. V-Dub in 4th. Chicken Paxel 5th. Davidson, Vortex. Johnny Waffle. Hanoun. Banff. Banana Ranawin. Not. Yorkshire Micker, Goggs, and we have Rusty dives into the pit lane. Mr. Pants, Vincenti, Groot, Vantage with a little bit of damage there, all over the curb as Nez takes a textbook lead into the second lap. They'll be hoping to keep this one going. That's a fantastic start from them. Let's take another look what happened at turn 1 there. Okay, so turn 1, we're at the race start. We seem to be watching Chicken Pack. So there's the green light. We've got 4 cars very close to each other there. We've got cars 4 abreast almost into turn 1. And there's a slight touch of the blue. Ah, yes, that's there. It's knocked Vantage off the track and caused a little bit of a chain reaction. Let's see if we can catch that again. Let's watch that there from Goggs. As they've came round there on the outside of the corner. They've had to get out of the spin in front, and that's what's caused the accident. A multiple car pile up, and that's caused many cars to spin around. Let's see it again. On board Vincenti and the number 2 car as they start second last on the grid. So let's see what they can see here. So there's a bit of dust on the outside there. And a multi-car pile-up. I think there must have been half the field involved with that one. Let's rejoin the action. We're watching lap 2. We've got Nez out in P1 with Danardi in behind them in P2, and there's a gap just beginning to form now. That gap looks pretty secure. Again to P3 as well. Danardi pulling a bit of a gap on DB Kung. Chris V-Dub, Jack Davidson, fantastic start from them up into P6. Jack Davidson in the Audi. Lap 2, and we've got a couple of gaggle of cars here as they go into the hairpin. Jack Davidson and the Vortex alongside each other. All still battling. It's so tight there at the front. And that the Super Trofeo down the inside. What a move that is by the Vortex. There's a slight touch there. They came from so far back. That's a fantastic move, and they move up a place into P4. Jack Davidson. Lap 7. We are watching Jack Davidson following Liam Knott, the car 16. And it looks like maybe Liam potentially went wide there, and they come alongside. as they go into turn 7, and Jack Davidson round the outside of Liam. What a fantastic move. And we've got an Audi there on the inside as well, and they cut across the grass just to stay out of the way so they don't rejoin the track dangerously. Lap 11, we have the 64 car running and the number 8 Johnny Waffle. These cars are in the same class. This is for position. They are both fighting each other, the purple livery car and the black livery, as they go through the chicane, riding the curbs well. Lap 14, we're watching Benaraman 3000 and the Lamborghini Super Trofeo catching up on the cars in front. It looks like they almost touched there. As we can see now, it's getting a bit brighter for these drivers. The challenge of the sun now becoming an issue for them. The Vortex has been feeling the pressure here from the car behind as they come into the chicane. They do get very close, but it's not normally an overtaking position. As they come down into the first hairpin, and that's a great move down the inside by car number 64. Lap 20. It looks as if Goggs may have just moved over for Davidson. They both know this is a long race and they don't need to spend a lot of time fighting each other. They can just get themselves through to the first pit stop and then reevaluate their options. Another factor to consider is the sun and the temperature for the tyres as the sun comes out. As we are watching Davidson now on lap 24, still with Goggs behind them. Both these cars in the same class, both fighting for P9. It does look now at this stage if Goggs is maybe just a little bit faster than the number 711 Lamborghini. As they come down into the hairpin, always a very difficult braking zone downhill into there. And we've got now a fight for P3 for the final podium position. We've got Ben Annerman defending from the number 9 DB Kung. DB Kung pulls up alongside as they come now into this chicane. Now, this is not normally an overtaking zone, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think the move has been done by the purple liveried car. Almost makes contact. That was a very close one in. You can really feel the heat. This is going to be a warm day here in Donington. We have a car number that I'm not willing to say out loud as it's quite rude. Defending from Rusty in the number 15 Lamborghini. As they come through into turn 1, that's a very wide aggressive line there from Mr. Pants. It helps them, I suppose, maintain corner speed through that turn 1. Rusty now closing the gap, slowly pulling them in as they can hear the engine revs as the Mr. Pants runs up to the inside, touches the grass. That's going to allow, they cut across the front. That's a dangerous move, but the move has been done, thankfully. No contact there. Rusty will move up into P9. Good racing. Now we're watching Chicken Paxo at the rear, slowly moving their way up to the cars in front, and we've got a move there up the inside. Two cars going past the number 2 car, the number 2 Lamborghini. It looks like they're having a little bit of difficulty out there this morning. And that's a move done for Chicken Paxo. As we come on board, hand of Nez as they come through turn 1. We'll just watch them here as they come through the downhill section. Very controlled driving, and you see the sun there just in their eyes. That's got to be difficult to manage. Let's go over the results to the race. In P1 we have Hand of Ness, who led a commanding victory, 67-second gap to P2. DB Kung in P3 served a drive-through penalty On the second last lap, it wasn't enough to give P4 to Gogs. 5th place Yorkshire Micker. 6th we had Danardi. 7th Rusty GT. Mr. Johnny Waffle in P8. Chicken Paxo with a great recovery into P9. We had I Am Groot in P10. Mr. Pants finished 11th. G-Mars 21st. And Vincenti last of the finished runners, 11 laps behind. We did start the race with 27 cars. We lost over half of them, proving just how tough a race this was. So great credit to all finishers. Congratulations, you can do yourself proud. Until next time, this has been Gordo.